Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's
love.
June 5th, 2022.
Yes.
A date that we will all remember because it's when we met fucking Space Cash.
When we met Space Cash. And you know what?
I can't stop laughing.
Didn't disappoint.
This is an adult who
adult.
walks around in what looks like a janky stormtrooper costume.
A white
headpiece.
He said a white man from Iowa?
Yes.
From Iowa, who apparently can play any instrument.
I think that they're exaggerating there. I doubt he's good on the euphonium.
I'd like to hear him play the zither.
Me too. Zither.
Zither, whatever it's called.
I'm sorry for correcting you. There's no way you would know how to say zither.
I don't
but it's
know.
Zither. Actually.
Zither. There's but I have to say, like, I saw the helmet last week and I thought, oh, that's going to be something stupid. It'll be like a gimmick.
No,
and I went,
they committed.
this is committed. I mean, they are committed. I mean, they should be committed. It's commitment. And I wrote, this is when this story just went off the rails, which is saying something. It's completely ridiculous.
We've been rickety like Ben and Mahogany's train
yes,
for about
going full speed.
I think
around
we've been rickety, but as soon as we went to Chicago,
Yeah.
we're in full Fonzie jump the shark mode.
Yeah.
This is not real.
Wow, you brought up a Fonzie reference.
That's what Jump the Shark comes from.
Wait, it comes from Jump the Shark?
No.
Well, I know that they
the
did a
term Jump the Shark comes from that Happy Days episode where Fonzie actually jumped over the shark.
Oh, I didn't know he jumped over a shark.
What did you think the term was from?
I don't know. I wasn't alive when Happy Days was around.
I wasn't either, but I watched it in reruns like everyone did.
I want to see the episode now where Fonzie jumped the shark.
We need to move on.
I'm really happy to know that.
The things you learn.
Yeah. I bet you somebody else went, oh my God.
But
Kyle! I thought that was a Jaws reference.
No, it is when Fonzie jumped over, I think on skis.
What? Shooter.
Or, no, a motorcycle, of course.
Shooter, go get your toy shark. Go on, go get it. Go get the squeaker. Oh, boy. Wow. Fonzie
You
jumped
never
the shark.
You never looked that up or anything?
I never got into Happy Days. I never enjoyed it. Sorry, Ronnie Howard. You're from Oklahoma, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't dislike the show. More a little.
I love it how you call him Ronnie like he's your friend.
We are. No, me and Bryce go way back.
His daughter.
Yeah.
Who everyone confuses with Jessica
Chastain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Riveting.
We both had a moment and went, we're boring.
Yo, this is reality gaze. This is reality gaze.
Season
90-Day Fiancé, season 9, episode 8. Get off your high horse.
Get up off your high horse and do.
Get off your high horse.
It's Pride. Happy Pride. It's June month.
How are you celebrating Pride? Besides wearing a T-shirt.
Look, if you're watching the
my shirt says anxiety.
If you're watching the intimate portrait, I just changed my heart to a rainbow heart.
Wow.
That's how I'm celebrating Pride.
And my shirt says anxiety, but so Pride for me is staying away from large crowds.
I think that's fair. I think we're both showing it how we want to show.
I spent today with my trainer
That's
in
gay.
a gym. It's quite prideful.
I went to a birthday party of a gay man and a lesbian couple that came together to have a baby.
That's quite prideful.
That's quite prideful. So,
yeah.
And I had I had homemade boozy snow cones made with organic fruit juice.
How is that pride?
It's just gay, weird. It's just California.
I was going to say it's very California.
I wanted to go up and say, "Where's your black cherry?" Because my dad.
Where's
your
blue
cone.
curacao looking
Yeah,
thing? Why did he want a black? Was black cherry purple?
It's a dark red, and I have to say, my dad was like, "Matt, get a black cherry," and I'm like, "No, Dad, I get like watermelon or strawberry." He's like, "Nuh-uh, get yourself a black." He did try the wild cherry when we were in Houston, but he said, "Get a black cherry," and it was delicious. It almost tastes like a grape and a cherry combined.
I don't give a shit about any of this.
Y'all, it's a snow cone season right now where you are. It's summer almost.
I don't give a
Get
fuck.
Get yourself a black cherry snow cone for Papa Mar.
Do you know how long it's been since I've had a snow cone? I don't want a snow cone. It's so sweet.
These weren't, though. These were natural fruit juices. It was watermelon lime.
Where you were?
Yes, you would have enjoyed it.
I would have liked those. I think I was a child the last time I had a snow cone. I was like, this is so sweet for me.
A lot of people that have chemo, apparently, you like cold things. It's a thing in the cancer community. They like a snow cone.
Oh, I guess we'll refer that to cancer.
Yep, there we go. There we go. Y'all, it's Pride Month, but our charity's not in the Facebook group. A lot of people are like, what Pride? We're not.
It's poor planning.
We're planning. We'll do Pride stuff later.
We'll do it next month.
Hire Heroes USA.
Our charity in the Facebook group is called Hire Heroes USA. This is just as necessary.
Yeah. I need to look up
I took a picture of
you did?
exactly the description.
Because I always want to read it.
I know. I want to just read their description.
You tell me if I'm right. If I remember correctly, they work with veterans.
Yes.
Because a lot of times veterans come back from the service in the military, and it's hard for them to get jobs for multiple reasons. And so they help veterans get employment in our country.
Right.
Right.
The country does, as the government, you would imagine, the minimum to help you. But this actually, Hire Heroes goes into free job searches.
Oh, yeah.
And this is not just veterans, but their spouses, U.S. military members, and they help companies connect with people, with veterans.
That's great.
And their families. So they work on both sides.
There you go. You can give to the Facebook group.
Like bisexuals.
Yes.
They have a pride thing. They're doing a whole pride thing this month.
That's wonderful. They better, or we're not going to give them our money.
Yeah, but so is every fucking corporation.
So is everybody.
So everyone wants the gays' money, y'all. I don't
Here's
know if you
deal
see
with
that.
I have an opinion about that. I'm going to get on.
I guess we're going to hear
it. It's a long
it.
show already. So everybody's kind of like, oh my God. And people are going after corporations and say they're trying to make money off of pride. I don't care.
Yeah.
If some little gay kid in fucking Idaho sees that Johnson & Johnson talks about pride and they feel like they're not weird, and I don't care. That's what, that to me is what all of that's
I can see
about.
that.
And we live in a capitalist country, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Even though some people think, but we live in this country where money just talks, and what corporate sponsors put is, it's seen. That's what helps visibility.
Right.
So that's my feeling on it. Come for me if you want, but I don't mind it.
I think a lot of people have problems with the fact that people just put their logos as rainbow. And you wonder what else. Corporate sponsorships are different.
But I would say even a
rainbow logo?
Even a rainbow logo is visibility for those that are unseen.
I agree with you.
Like Paramount. I took a picture. I screenshotted it.
I think we live in a world where nothing is ever good enough for a certain part of the population, and people want, anytime someone says something like, well, what else are you doing?
I just think for it's a lot, for any of the people I know, because I do know some LGBTQ people that are bitching about corporate sponsors doing pride stuff, and my response is, how lucky are you that you can be upset that someone's doing something for pride? Because I remember when no one did fucking bullshit.
That is so true.
The only thing I remember seeing
Absolute
for years,
Vodka.
Absolute Vodka and Bud fucking Light.
Yes, that's right.
Like Bud Light or Anheuser-Busch would do like pride stuff.
That is a great perspective.
And so I remember thinking, literally as a kid, oh, that's a company that doesn't hate me.
Right. Remember, you guys,
Coca-Cola, I still haven't seen anything.
representation, representation, any representation matters.
That's my opinion.
And also remember, nothing is done overnight. You can't flip a switch. And especially when it's a rights struggle or anything like that. In fact, some people are trying to take rights away now. So we'll be focusing on that.
We're a little nervous about what's coming down the pipe.
Kind of like bodily autonomy.
Yeah, we're nervous
That's
about
not
it.
for certain anymore.
We should find out this month. I try not to think about it every day, but I do.
Oh, Besides the threat of children getting slaughtered in schools, things like that are sorry to put a damper on things.
I thought I was going to get on a high horse.
No, I'm sure everyone is living. I just want to share I'm sure everyone else is going through it. So let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Did
you just call me fat again?
Get used to it. Everyone's thinking about it. We know it's terrifying to send your kids to schools right now.
Oh, God.
We know that. I was talking to my sister-in-law just the other night. We were talking about that.
I think I would homeschool my child at this point. I'm serious.
People are thinking about it.
I think I would. And I don't. God bless teachers that are there.
I would just tell everybody, because I'm having these things where it's like wave after wave of anxiety hits me, and I'm just like, one thing I can tell you to do is just continue to breathe deeply. That's number one. Keep yourself healthy, and take a long walk if you have to. Be kind to your friends. Be kind to your family members, even though you might feel upset. And everyone else, kids are going through it right now. Women are going through it right now. People who care about children and women, and people who care about children, women, and the black community are going through it right now too. So
I texted my therapist. I was taking a break. I thought, I think I'm pretty good now. And then all this shit happened. I was like, hey, we need to meet.
So, and if you have a therapist, if therapy works for you, maybe go to weekly.
I called him back and said we need to meet.
Or find a way to meditate that is just your time for self-care. Because for me, it's like all of this piles up, and then you go one night and you're like, oh God, I can't sleep.
I found
that happens for me.
ASMR stuff has actually really helped me.
Interesting.
I've gotten really. Well, y'all know I love Dr. Pimple Popper, and because that feels ASMR to me. Watching that.
So that's your self-care.
But also too, I've been sharing it on my Instagram, on my personal, if you follow. But there's a couple, and now Instagram keeps suggesting me. But it's people that do. This is so fucking silly when I say it, but it's really awesome. That do like meditational sand art.
Yeah.
And so it's like you hear the scraping of the wood thing along the sand, and then when they're finished, they make this beautiful picture. Because it's been shown that if you don't meditate well, like closing your eyes, often having a visual type of completion of something can help give you a satisfaction and ease anxiety. So
this is so new agey right now.
But I want
to throw something at you.
I've been watching that. You throw me at it, but I've sent it to you, you would get into it.
No, I think that's as long as you have a self-care, whether it's just taking a walk or walking your dogs for an extra length of time, please do that for yourself right now, because everything is so tumultuous, and it feels normal to trauma bond with people about how, and I think that's okay, but knowing that's not going to help really. It might validate your feelings, but it's not going to get rid of the constant anxiety.
Yeah, you still have to take steps.
You still have, the next step is to find some way to calm your nervous system.
Hey, or if you just want to laugh for a little bit, come see us on tour this summer.
Great way to segue.
Hey, what?
Come see us on our live show tour.
Summer should be fun, everyone. Okay, some of you Ohio sissies came at us and y'all bought some more tickets, which is good. But we still have a lot of seats.
We're never coming there again if we don't sell.
If we're 50% sold, I'm not coming back.
I was told that I might not want to wear my Michigan shirt because I get the shit beat out of me. So why
don't you wear a different shirt? That'll be better. Why don't you do that? You should be nice to Ohioans while we're there.
Fine.
You know.
I'll look for an Ohio
guys
shirt.
in Ohio.
Oh yeah, there are.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All the porns come from there. All the
They
gay
really
porn
do a
guys
lot.
come from
Yeah,
there.
they
don't want to be in Ohio.
They fuck like tigers there.
Gross.
So y'all come see. Our website is fixed. You can go to
Yay!
our website. God bless Drew.
Or our
That's who helps us.
Or our link tree on our Instagram.
Yes, you can do either of those things and get tickets for our live show. And speaking of Poodle, we're having a special live show in
Big news
in San Diego. Everybody,
through
tell
a
'em.
decree of mine
Poodles.
that I decided last night when I couldn't sleep, or a couple nights ago when I couldn't sleep, thinking about school
and you were
shootings.
getting banged, and you were just kind of like inside yourself, while someone was inside yourself.
My self-care is thinking about our live shows.
Okay,
and getting and busying myself with
Well, I
that.
think there's good with like don't use it as a replacement, but use it as a goal.
Don't you tell me how to do my self-care.
But having a goal, that's great. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Ow, my legs hurt because my trainer was awful. That was a screech.
I'm sorry.
So, San Diego show, we're really, y'all, we've been around for almost it'll be 3 years in August. Reality Guys has. And I was looking for a milestone. We're about to hit 10 million downloads.
We are about to hit 10 million. Very excited.
Just take a minute. So
I
that
know.
means there's at least 10 of you who listen a million times.
a million times. You listen a lot of times. So, yes.
But that's really exciting, and we're celebrating our 10 millionth download or listen, whatever you want to call it.
So we're
going to get, as you said, get loaded.
We're going
to get loaded in San Diego.
You had 10 million downloads, so we're getting loaded.
We're getting loaded.
We're not actually going to get drunk during the show.
We're getting loaded in San Diego. It's going to be a celebration.
Another hub of American porn.
Yes. Oh, very much so.
Very much so.
Military porn.
Maybe we could have some Sean Cody guys there.
I think all the ones who we liked are old and are on like discounts.
They're married
now.
to women again.
Yeah. So, or they're in jail. A lot of them are in jail.
Boy, my favorite one was convicted of murder. Boy, I make bad decisions.
I liked him too.
Yeah, he got convicted of murder. Anyway,
what were you saying?
Yeah.
So, y'all, the San Diego show. If you were thinking of, I want to travel to a show, this would be the one. This is the one we're going to be talking about. It's going to be a little bit of a retrospective on kind of our 3 years, what we've been doing, and it's going to be some special. We're going to have hopefully some special guests.
Yes, we'll have we're going to do some things with Patreon members. Can maybe like get some listicle kind of things.
Yeah,
vote on some
but
stuff.
we're very excited to kind of celebrate maybe our favorite moments. I will have more when I figure it out in my brain.
We also, I have to say, that might be one of the most beautiful venues we're going to as well.
If you've never been to San Diego at that time of the year, it's not hot, you guys.
It's not
San
hot.
Diego is so close to the beach. It'll probably might get to 80 then.
Yeah, and there's but it's in the middle of the Balboa
It's gorgeous.
Park.
Yeah, observatory.
It's gorgeous.
So, y'all, that is July 10th. So, have your July 4th holiday. Tell your family to fuck off.
Tell your husband to eat the rest of the baked beans and suck a dick.
Say, watch the goddamn dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see the gays.
Yes, I'm going to go see the gays. So
fuck you and the kids.
Wow.
You know, I think that's very healthy to have one time where you're like, you need to take care of the kids right now. I need to do this for me.
For me.
That's self-care.
Let's talk about Love in Paradise. That's going to be
Lip.
It's coming back. We also are going to have a special announcement, too, on part 2.
Yes.
We're going to talk a little bit about Below Deck, but we're going to save that. Since
The
we got so
cast
long.
was leaked, y'all. Below Deck Med's cast was leaked.
So on part 2, we'll talk about that in the beginning, because we're already gone a while, because I went on a rant. Sorry. It was my fault.
I kind of
this
did,
time.
too.
We both did. Anyway, I was talking to... Kim, and that's the other announcement.
I love I have to fill in your conversation because I know what
decided
you're
Love
doing.
in Paradise is I think it's my favorite 90-day franchise.
It's still the other way for me.
Okay, I get that. But I'm very much looking forward to this, y'all. As we've said, it comes
And
back
B90.
this week, right?
Next week.
Next week it's
Well,
coming
this
back.
upcoming week.
Yeah, we're going to be covering it on our Patreon at the $5 tier. Now, it will drop on TLC in like 3 or 4 months, and when it does that, we'll drop it on the free
Because
feed
it's
as
on
well.
Discovery Plus right now. It's a Discovery Plus show.
But we are going to be talking about it now. They will be posted about it in the Facebook group. So if you get spoiled, I'm sorry, but it's airing now, so it's going to be on Discovery Plus. So
we got Amber, aka Ranch Dressing.
Sherlon is
Daniel,
back.
Sherlon and Ariana, which I still think is just fucking sad.
It's so sad. He has a huge dick, and he's never going to marry her. And
no.
Then, with their cute baby. And then there's the two women that were dating, and then one of them started to date this one guy, and American guy, he came, had sex with them both, but now he wants to be with the other woman.
Is that it?
I think that's the premise. Yes, I was talking to Kim about this.
That's messy.
This is going to be fucking messy. And Kim didn't realize there was the two gay guys that had a fight in the middle of the gay bar.
Dance with my shirt off.
Literally, y'all, that's the premise of the gay fight. Is
Why won't you let me dance with my shirt off at this club?
with my shirt off. Literally.
Because it's not as safe here as it is in the U.S.
I'm so excited. Anyway.
There's going to be a lot of that going on tonight. Dancing with your shirt off.
Yeah, it's
in
Pride
West
here.
Hollywood.
Yeah, it's WeHo Pride.
Y'all, a lot of people are going to have sex tonight.
They're going to have sex. Y'all, speaking of...
in fact, I got to get on the apps
You gotta
tonight.
get on the apps. Last one.
Fire it all up.
And this one is Plathville. We're going to, because Kim and I talked about it, we're going to be doing an episode
Yes, thank you.
of Plathville with Kim and Kyle for 98 Cray Cray because they cover that show too. So we're going to be recording that this week. And yeah, we'll have more information. I don't know.
Foursome.
I don't know if it's taking the place of our Plathville episode. Maybe
Yeah, it will.
it will. I think it is.
It will.
So, because we're going to talk about this week's episode.
I've already decided it will.
I thought so too. Okay, good.
I was going to tell you that was
Makes sense.
That was the way it was going to work.
I was going to tell you too, actually. I just didn't want to tell you on air.
But I'd already thought these decisions
I like to not
through.
make decisions.
I thought them through, and they were going to be the best for both of us.
Yeah, the LLC says 50-50. Family Chantel, are we covering that right now? You announced that on the air.
No. You'll do it when I tell you.
How many tricks have you gotten to your boudoir by false promises?
That is the way normally to do it. This is the first time I've ever done this with a man. I've never, you know what? I don't say that all the time.
Just when you're in Montana, North Dakota, Wyoming.
I'm curious, bro. Hey, would it be... Now, role play is a whole different thing, y'all.
We can't get into that. We need to jump into this show.
Oh my God, I had a guy who was so into that role play sometime.
Well, good.
Of like we were best friends in like high school.
And he wanted you to be a school marm?
No, we were like friends who fooled around.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what
it
did you
was
want y'all
all-
to do? Talk
It was
about
so hot.
what did you want y'all to talk about? What you're learning about the scientific method or your
Okay,
science
no,
project?
it never got that deep.
Well,
we
because
played
don't you-
we played Truth or Dare drinking wine coolers,
But-
but they weren't wine coolers.
Oh, they weren't white, but
I spiked them. We're in a weird area.
but didn't you talk about high school things?
No,
Like,
you're shitty at role play.
No,
you got to get right to it.
I took improv. I mean, you did too. You got to get very
Yeah,
detailed.
but no, that's not what it's
I would
about.
talk about
it's
my-
about getting to sex.
Oh, I'd be like, hey, I was a mascot.
You're not
today.
talk-
I
you're
went
not
to the Mountain
talking
View
about-
Mall and I cheered with the cheerleader team for
this
the
is
pre-show.
why you're terrible
Oh,
at anything like
okay.
this.
Hey, did you see Mrs. Coley's out this weekend? Because she got
And the guy was
mono.
like, dude, I just want to check off with
I'm
you.
like, oh, okay. Did you see Mr. Henderson got a new truck?
we have to move
That's
on.
what I would talk about.
Last thing, and we're going to start talking about the show, I promise. We just dropped our bi-curious episode of Love on the Spectrum.
yeah. That's fun.
That was so... I love talking about that. One sissy said, I love to hear Jake Anthony come alive when he's talking about this. He's like, on something he likes to watch. I'm like, I like to watch very few of these shows, but I have fun watching them. But that's a show I actually love.
Yeah.
And they're very... You guys have heard me talk about shows that I love. Like, I love Plathville. I don't love this season. But I like 90 Day. I like
You love Pig Royalty.
I love Pig Royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love a lot of scripted shows too. But 90 Day, especially this season, I'm hate watching a little bit. But
I'm liking this scene. Although this episode I want to call Princess Edition because all these women
they're not getting good.
They
edits.
did not get good edits for the women this episode.
Well, I think
all of them on really, except for one.
Well, Shaeeda.
No, I had big problems with Shaeeda.
Really?
Yes, big problems with Shaeeda.
I in a way
I'm coming for her, y'all. Get ready.
In a way, I still don't think even though, but compared to Bilal and the same thing, I can't even see her doing small things. I
get it. I'm not comparing it to that. Just seeing, but
Jibri and Miona.
No, we're going to talk about Jibri and Miona first.
We're going to Chicago, Chicago.
Oh,
with the really terrible wig.
Boy.
God, what is this wig?
So we later see Brandy,
we do meet Brandy.
Who has this very similar haircut. Brandy, who is a black woman, and it looks very nice and natural on her.
Hers is smaller than Miona's.
Miona looks fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just comical at this point.
Yeah. And her eyebrows are absolutely ridiculous.
It's absolutely gross. She's got more tanner on. She's trying, it's just... Bleh.
So, remember, y'all, he agreed to the beach wedding if she went to Chicago with him.
Yes, he did.
So, she is... Okay, San Diego, South Dakota sissies, would it really take half a tank of gas to get to Chicago?
No, I looked from where they are, Rapid City in Chicago. It's a 12-hour drive.
Okay, then he was just being a jerk, just doofus.
Yeah, he's just being silly. Yeah, no, it's a 12-hour drive because they left.
This is why this is so fucking.
It
fake.
said 54 days until 90 Day Fiancé, and then when they showed up in Chicago, they said 53.
Yeah. So,
but they are almost. 2 months. Well, they are less than 2 months away.
I also. A couple of things we found out about his relationship with David. Dacho, otherwise known as Dacho. Couple things. So
how'd they meet, Poodle?
They met. First of all, he put him in a coma.
Well, Jibri made fun of his accent, and
David put him in a coma.
And David kicked him in the head and put him in a 3-day coma.
That's just boys being boys.
Boys being boys.
You know what else was boys being boys?
Did you do that in your role play?
That's on my list.
Okay.
That's on my list.
I
gotta have a safe word before you know word coma, because I don't want to do a coma again.
No.
I've had my coma time.
You've done that. I want to know.
The one I had was a real downer.
It was a real downer.
Literally, I was down for a while.
Which accent did Jibri make fun of David for? A Serbian accent or the accent he speaks now?
Or the one where he kind of talks like this, bro?
No, that's what I'm talking about. The one he talks about now, because
he's like a weird, like a combination of Eminem.
It just feels like Jibri wants to surround himself with
the most false people possible.
People who appropriate things that are not maybe of their race.
Okay, so I'll take that a step further. I think it just goes with fake people.
Yeah. Just fake people. Yeah. So it's
although not Space Cash. Space Cash is 100% real.
100% real. Thank you.
My favorite
and you know
thing,
what, Brandy? I like Brandy. She seemed real.
She does.
She seemed
My
real.
favorite thing about Space Cash is he is 100% mute.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, because you can't hear anything in space.
That's true.
That's it, y'all. It's a void.
So, y'all, how they really got to meet is he met a Serbian girl in high school and started dating her and found out he was David's twin sister.
Who knew? What if it wasn't his twin sister? What if it was just David
him in a dress?
Yeah, him in a dress like ladybugs.
Rip Jonathan Brandis. And Rodney Dangerfield. He's dead too, isn't he?
No
He's
respect.
Gotta be.
He gets no respect. He's dead. Oh, yeah.
I love it when I say someone, he's gotta be dead.
He died 10 years ago.
Okay.
Jonathan was before.
Because he killed himself.
He did.
Boy, I can't stop talking about Jonathan Brandis.
I had a crush on him.
No, that was part of my sexual awakening.
Yeah, he had the best hair.
Sequest.
Oh, yeah. Sequest.
Yes.
Look at that.
I used to watch that on Sunday nights, and my mother would say, "Dinner, I'm not through watching Sequest. I need to see Jonathan Brantis and his hair and everything about him and his
And let me guess,
smile."
your mother thought you liked the sea, so she bought you all these like dolphins.
Yeah,
and
I
shit
got
like
a lot
that.
of marine biology crap,
And then
but I just wanted to fuck Jonathan Brandis.
Then she came in your room and cleaned. She's like, Jay Bird, why is there this hole in this dolphin?
I don't know reason. Why?
It's all crunchy, Jay
Don't you
Bird.
talk about Jonathan like that. No, I remember. I have a very, very strong memory of watching that show and finding him very attractive.
Yeah.
It's bad. Like the feeling, not that I felt bad about it, but I was like, I wanted him bad. I just did not know it. So y'all,
this did.
question. Is Jibri's there's two-pronged question here.
Okay.
Is Jibri's attraction towards David the fact that his twin sister looked that like him?
Could have been. Maybe. We don't know if they're identical
or the one I would prefer, did he fall in love with the sister because he was really in love with David?
Well,
they act like they're in love with one another.
They act like they're David Dacho is jealous of him,
and it could be almost a non-sexual thing.
Dacho is very jealous.
Yes,
of Miona. It seems very weird that he's coming after.
I just want to see how absurd it is that we're saying these names seriously. Dacho is very jealous of Miona.
Yes, I mean,
and then
Space Cash was speechless.
Brandy's just over there, just looking on.
Yeah, just
diggity, donut diggities.
Yeah, diggity don't and diggity do barely could utter words. And then there's just poor Alex,
who is so cute. He's my
cute.
type, though.
He's cute.
Anyway, so y'all, I want to put a pin in this because they obviously,
they do fight at the end, and that's
it was hot.
That's a very homo.
Also, y'all,
whatever.
David in person is hot.
He's hot.
David in person is the hottest guy on the show.
Huge dick, y'all. Huge dick.
And I'm into his swagger, even though he talks like he's Eminem.
I can't say anything. Like I said last week, Jibri was becoming attractive to me.
You need to rethink that.
Oh,
because he's ridiculous.
Oh, I've had a lot of sissies that have secreted me. One even said, "This is from. I'm not even sending this from my real Instagram account. I'm telling you from my fake Instagram. I'm into him too."
Wow.
So there's a group of us, y'all. If you're out there, I see you, and I feel your shame.
It's not that I don't think he's attractive. He's just completely laughable.
Oh, he is.
Like that's why in this episode, this whole storyline,
I think he'd be good in
became
bed.
a punchline.
I think he'd be somebody that good in bed, and you'd laugh a little bit.
I disagree, and let me tell you why.
We have a different litmus test when it comes to tops.
To good in bed.
Yeah, I don't like to be choked.
I don't say it always has to be choking. No, I think for him it's more performative. And that's what I'm saying.
I think that's fine. I think sometimes performative guys want to perform for you. Perform for me.
That's not what it is though. It's performative for the audience that may or may not be watching in their head.
We can record it. That's fine, Jibri.
No, he's not good in bed. I really don't think he is.
Use this camera.
And also, he would talk a lot, but it would be bad, dirty talk.
I think he's funny. He makes me laugh. That's an attractive quality.
Does he make you laugh because you laugh at him?
Both. I think I laughed at him, but he says funny things, and and I think
what jokes did he tell?
No, just throughout this season. Not jokes, like his reactions to things.
Okay. So he's not... It's funny kind of watching him go through life.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't have to... I'm not going to agree with it, but...
No, I don't agree with Dave.
It.
Like, David's like... You call it swagger. I call it... For me, like, that kind of, like, turns me off. I'd still do it because his dick's huge.
Yeah. So they get to Chicago... and there's this. We see David. They're speaking Serbian, which Jibri speaks,
and they pull up, and it looks like they're on a set of Breaking Bad. I'm like, what the fuck's about to happen right now?
I think it's interesting. We did not know this. During the pandemic, Jibri got his commercial driver's license. He was driving a truck.
18 wheels and a call to space cash.
You've been saving that one up.
I have. So David did get hotter when I learned he's a businessman and he wants to make money. And he started his own trucking company.
And it's so interesting to hear them say, Jibri's like, but so you can make money with music though. And
no. You're totally glossing over what he said. Jibri actually says, look, yes, I was driving around. It was great during the pandemic when I had nothing to do. But, I told him we should focus on our creative
abilities. Yeah.
Because driving a truck, you don't make the money that you're going to make from making music. And I went, waiting for that one song.
This is such, you can tell there that it's this, David's like, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Yes.
You understand that expression,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was like jump the shark again.
No, I've heard of that.
Okay.
I don't know where it comes from.
I don't either, but you know what it means.
Yes, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush.
No, that's just what the expression means.
Yeah,
what does it mean?
Better to have the better.
Yes, better to have the bird that you kill,
something,
and that two who might fly away.
Something that's actually tangible that you can work. And so
yes.
And David is Dacho is trying to tell him, like, why don't you just make money? And that is...
And Jibri's like, but that's like a boring, safe way to make money. This is such an age-old argument with artists, you guys.
It is, because I had a lot of actor friends that would tell me, why are you working your day job? You need to just gig. You need to take you need to do day work. Like a lot of people that are acting do extra work.
Yeah, background.
And that's background. That is totally fine if they wouldn't.
It's so weird because that's not exactly comparable because your job let you off for all those.
Well, once I would tell them that, but they would hear I have a day job. But like I would take acting classes with a lot of actors. Like I would be one of maybe one or two that actually had a steady day job.
No, that's true.
All of them had. Now, waiting tables is a different thing. They would do that at night.
But the reason why they wanted you to do that is because they did not realize you could get off for auditions. There are some day jobs.
Oh, it was very rare that I had that.
Right. But I'm saying, so that I understand why they are saying that, and I understand why people say that. But I want to say there are creative people that just kind of gig to gig that don't want, that really just push away from anything, any normal type of job, and I just don't have that in me. I just don't have that in me. I could never have I think it's because the nature of my work, I could always do it, but I was never having to audition for anything.
But you also worked at a bookstore and got a second job. Like
I did.
To make so I don't think you're like Jibri.
No.
I think you are realistic about if I don't have to have a day job, I'm not going to take it if I'm making money from creative stuff. But when you moved out here, you weren't. You had to.
But Jibri's it's all about the philosophy of him not working because it would interfere with his creative process.
But Dacho calls him out and says, so how much music have you made since you quit driving a truck?
I loved this.
And Jibri's like, well, not really anything. And it's interesting because David, this is why I think they kind of have a little bit of love for one another, because Dacho blames Miona. Miona has nothing to do with Jibri not making music at all.
Let me tell you why Jibri's not making music. He's not happy. And Miona is not going to be enough to make him happy.
Yeah, agreed.
That is the single reason why he's poured everything into Miona.
I think he feels like a fraud too.
He's probably
imposter.
He's probably depressed. Because when you are depressed like this, you can't make art. You just can't. It won't come out of you.
But depressed or I think he has high anxiety.
Possibly. They
go hand. They're best
hand
friends,
in hand,
y'all.
But no, it's so interesting because I thought about this when when he said that how much have you made? I was like, it's not Miona. It is how he feels about himself right now. There's a lot of shame. He does feel shameful having to live with his parents, but he just went full force with Miona because like this is something I can believe in.
And I think he thinks that now being on the show, they'll become like Instagram couple and all that. It is interesting of all the women on this episode, except for the way she looks and how she's a troll on Instagram. I feel like on the show, if we take all that out, the blackfishing, the Instagram, all that, and just talk about Miona and the way she treats Jibri in her relationship, I think she's one of the most reasonable people. Like
in behavior.
In behavior.
Yeah.
And I don't think her expectations of Jibri are that ridiculous.
And it is interesting because I think what David is referring to is like, you're different since you've been with her. He's different because you guys are different because you live in different places. And now he's not the same person you knew because he's depressed. He's not feeling good about himself. And the only thing David can blame that on is Miona.
How could he when he lives with his fucking mother?
Yeah.
He's a tyrant.
Oh, I did get a sissy emailed me that said his mother is very, very much into feminist work with being his therapist. So she thinks it's all an act too.
But she thinks it's all an act. Really.
The sissy, they knew her from where they work with her.
Ah,
yeah, it feels that way to me. It feels like an act.
I said, man, she's a good actor then.
Yeah,
she really was. Yeah, because I saw something where someone said something not about feminists, but that she was hard to get along with at work. But I kind of take that. I don't want to get somebody's workplace drama.
But Miona says, I know you think I'm a distraction, but I have his best interests. I'm his family. And David's like, well, geez, my Jibri. People say I sound like I'm saying debris.
Debris.
Debris. Debris is my Jibri. I don't, you know why? My J sound is very liquid. I don't go J.
Oh God!
No, it's because I had to learn to. I learned not to use my voice, or not to use my jaw that much with G's and J's. So it's more
just for speaking.
Jibri.
He used, if it's a blow job, he's going to use his jaw. Yeah.
So and this is interesting. What David says, the fire is gone. I'm like, yeah, that's because he doesn't feel good about himself.
Yeah.
Not Miona.
He needs to do some artist ways shit or something like that.
He's lost.
That's
why.
Which we knew that in the beginning. He felt lost in the beginning of the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's doing the show, y'all. And the thing is,
I think he thinks he's going to get found doing the show.
The thing about it is, the show is going to make him and her monsters.
Well, it's just like, I mean, Oprah says this, but it's so true. Anytime you get any recognition or fame or whatever, it just kind of amplifies
what's already there.
What is already there in your life.
Yeah. So,
and if it's not good, it's amplifying not good.
The only thing at the end is she's looking at wedding venues and she's like, oh, it's so expensive. Who came up with these 90 days? At least she's doing this. So, y'all, we're doing just a little bit in the studio. We see Space Cash.
We do see Space Cash.
It's as great as you would imagine.
It's basically,
and Brandy.
If you don't watch, y'all, it's a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah,
that he has painted, and he has
a little Boba Fett action
crafted. I'm sure Den Mother Jackie, who's a crafter, was very proud of this.
Yeah,
kind of crafted some like some accordion type of
right.
Yeah, that look like air vents, and then and it's in an actual spacesuit.
Yeah,
yeah.
What do you think of David saying? So everybody, put your phones on Do Not Disturb, and then it's kind of like, yeah, don't talk to Miona. Don't want to have to tell her. What? Why do you think Jibri went all of a sudden and hit David?
Well, he said in his testimonial, I think they tried to explain that. He said it was because with his mom and kind of everything building up, this was kind of because Dacho talks to him like a parent or older brother or someone scolding him.
Right.
So I think he's tired of people telling him how to live his life. He's got his mom, Biona, David, Dacho. And so, and then, Space Cast's judgment, you can just feel it. It's right there in the room. And so I think with all of that, he said kind of his breaking point. Yeah. That's what he explained it. It felt a little out of nowhere watching it. Again, but here's the deal. I feel like this storyline's, a lot of it is fake fraudacity. Yeah. But then there's a man who's so committed to his spacesuit. It made me go, I leaned in. I leaned in and I thought, how much of this is real? Because this might be their world.
I agree.
We know these people in LA.
Here's why I thought you almost felt like there was a cutaway and he ran up to him.
Yeah, or like some editing or something.
Yeah, and I was just like, because we would want to see this. This is the Jerry Springer part of it all.
Yeah.
And they kind of were fighting, and all I saw was Space Cash go, what do I do? But he didn't say anything.
Yeah, very good mime work.
Yeah.
Very good mime work.
A lot of Etienne de Cruz, I heard.
Yeah, and they kind of like fight. They kind of tackle. There's no hitting. They just kind of tackle one another.
And roll around. I don't know if you saw this in your television.
Yeah. What happened?
There was a little bit of scuffle.
Uh-huh.
And Jibri was on the floor. David's face was really... Then my TV went out.
Uh-huh.
Then he said, we've had this date with each other from the beginning, bro.
Uh-huh. Yes.
And then they started making out.
From the beginning, yeah.
Then he put his dick in his mouth.
Yeah, and that's when he was...
Weirdly, Space Cash whipped out a alien dick and jerked off all over him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I just saw Brandy looking around in the corner and saying...
Brandy who? Oh, wait. She was there too.
Yeah, and she thought this was really fucked up.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Y'all,
this started playing. Did they start playing as they were fucking?
Yes.
There was a threesome, right?
Well, not really a threesome. It was more of Space Cash was doing his own thing and like more of a kind of like a voyeur kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Jerking off like Mars cum on them.
Okay.
Yeah. Martian cum is strangely green.
It's strangely green.
Y'all, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Wow.
Of course, and no one can talk to a horse. Of course, that is, of course, unless the horse is the famous.
Fuck you, Emily.
Yeah, we had a lot of. I had at least 3 people. I don't know if you.
I love Mr. Ed.
I wasn't alive when that was on.
I saw it on Nick at Night. And
that's where I saw everything, but you're acting like I saw things in real time.
I thought you did. Y'all, if you don't think Mr. Ed is a gay allegory, watch again.
I don't know if it is.
He was gay.
Where's my lip balm?
Oh, no.
Sorry, my lips are dry.
What were you going
to... Emergency. It's a lip emergency.
What were you going to say?
I said I've gotten some feedback from people about... They're like, yeah, I was giving Emily some slack about being a new mom and being territorial. She's like, now she's a straight up bitch.
Well, I'll be interested after this episode because I did have last week, nobody like in a unkind way, but just kind of basically said, oh, we got to turn on Tommy.
Oh, yeah.
Basically said like.
Thanks, Tommy.
She could
boys.
She could have postpartum depression. She could be the anxiety of new motherhood. And I understand all that. And I think that's what for me initially, I kind of was giving her the benefit of the doubt. But the fact that they're 18 months in now, and you can have symptoms of that for many years. So, but it's just, now I go, I don't think it's that because we see Her mother is a smothering monster to her daughter. Really.
You mean
The
because her
fact-
mother's always hovering like a
The
ghost?
fact if my mother saw me talk to a guy I was dating that way, my mother would take me aside
Interesting.
and completely school me for the way that she was talking to him.
So you think her mother should have said, Emily should have kind of interceded and said, Emily, don't talk to him.
She
like
better
that.
later. She better, because it's like, it makes me wonder, I guess the parents don't want this marriage to succeed, because they are the ones that kept saying at the get-go, remember, you don't have to get married. You'll be fine. And I went, oh.
I don't think it's any mystery the parents don't want this marriage to succeed.
Well-
I thought that in moment one because they don't know this person.
Mm-hmm.
They think this is another fuck up that Emily has done. The best thing about this relationship is Coben. And they don't know this person. They don't think this relationship is serious. This happened and I said this before. It's why it never feels their relationship. I think Kobe thought it was a serious relationship, but I don't think Kobe is very present in the real world. He's a little bit dreamier to me.
I mean, he was an underwear model. That's a whole different
Yeah.
type of, I like successfully. I think
And-
that's a different life.
But and I feel like Emily kind of just goes along to wherever she is.
She's a fuck girl.
Yeah.
Whereas Bilal's a fuck boy, she's a fuck girl. She's a woohoo.
Bilal.
Not
no.
Bini.
I'll let you-
Other B word, Bini.
But I still don't think I can't really judge, but it never feels like there's a real foundational relationship here. That's why when she was talking about build something with him, I was thinking, why?
I feel so sorry for Kobe.
Yeah, me too.
He seems honestly, he
didn't-
like a really nice guy.
Well,
who's just
I don't
trying to
think-
do the right thing, and this
I think
family's going
he's
to
trying to
punish him
do the
forever.
right thing, and they are counting on that. And they don't really want him to do the right thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, how can they count on that and then not want him to do? I think they're counting on
No.
him not doing the right thing.
That's what, but I'm saying they're counting on him being there and being able to say anything they want to him. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
They're counting on his nature.
It's 75 days to wed, so he's been there for a little bit. Remember, y'all, up until
To
then, it's been
wed.
like 2 days.
How Dickensian of you? 75 days to wed.
That's what I wrote. And so Emily is already talking about, I really don't want to be bickering with my parents in front of my parents, but we're trying to do our best. And so again,
So now you're talking with a lisp for her.
it's a second. I think I had before. This is the second time now we're going to watch someone shovel horse shit.
And
Apparently
Kobe,
that's what the producers do
and
now.
Kobe is the one who said, I want to pull my weight here because I can't work. And I will say this. We've not been huge fans of the mom. The mom does stay out of it. I would rather the parents stay out of it. Like, personally, I think they should stay out of everything.
But then don't shade Kobe.
I
at the
agree.
end of this.
That wasn't right.
That's where I'm like, if he asks your opinion, you just sit and listen. But for you to shame him and make him feel like shit about the way he quoted talked to your daughter,
I think that was the mistake.
and I think next week we're going to see the dad talking to Kobe, and I'm like, fuck you. None of you are dealing with the or with the person that caused a lot of this.
Well,
50% of it.
They're
their
in
daughter.
They're in denial because they don't see it.
But again, it's what Maya Angelou said. People show you who are when you first meet them, believe them. They said at that dinner in the first episode, Emily's the boss, and we always do what Emily says.
But that's what I'm saying.
And I kind of thought they were kind of joking about that. They were dead serious.
They
wipe her ass.
I completely expect that of them. And it would be a shocker for me if they would agree with Kobe on anything. So that's when you said I would expect her to like talk to her daughter. No, she's going to stay out of it as long as possible.
No, she should. But I'm just saying that if you want to, it's just I'm calling out her bad parenting, and that my mother. What
like
would your
she
mother
said-
have said if you talked to someone like that?
You mean to?
If your mother saw you talk,
Hey,
to
babe, what are you doing, babe? You know, I think my mother would have said something.
Because it was so cruel.
Taper, what are you... I think what we saw with that was... But the thing about Emily is she knows how to use the tone of voice so it doesn't sound... Because Emily, y'all, that's what he was saying. You were being rude to me. She's like, I wasn't being rude. In her brain, none of that is bad. She's playing with him. Playing at bossing him around. Like, what are you doing, babe? What are you doing? The stack of it. We should listen to me.
It's just the whole thing it's gross.
I think it's gross too.
But
I'm saying she gets by because she doesn't say shut the fuck up, and that is something Emily will never do.
Oh,
She'll
no.
always let the other person be aggressive.
But it feels like, and I never thought of it. I had a sissy who messaged me on Instagram who is black, who said that like she feels like this was last week, and I went, huh? And then after seeing this episode, she just said, it's shocking to me that they could treat a black man this way in their house and their family not have any awareness if they supposedly she's in love with this guy, any awareness how he might feel being treated by a white family this way. And seeing this, I think that's why it raised my hackle so much. I just went, this family has I think you were dead right when you said early on a couple episodes ago, I don't think they're around a lot of people in the world. No. They are isolated and they don't have any perspective on how this makes them it's some gross. Ugh.
I don't think they have any perspective. They're also in the belief that they're on her side. And as long as he's on her side, it's fine. But they will make little to no effort to get to know him.
No.
Because that's the thing. It's a tribal thing. I don't think that's far to believe that I wouldn't expect any more out of these people, honestly, from where they are. So I understand that it's shitty that they're like that. I never expected them to be that way. I expect them to be just like they are.
Yeah, do better, I wish, but sadly, no.
I think people who don't live in rural areas where you don't have a lot of diversity, they take this for granted that there are people who that the world is a very, very exclusionary place.
Yeah.
When you don't when you don't know black people.
And it's interesting too because they're doing their
and I'm not defending them by any means. I'm not defending Emily either. Y'all know me.
No, that he's shoveling to the thing, and the whole time she's just telling him how to do it, even though she's like, I haven't done this in forever. So I'm like, why? It's not like you're working on the farm.
No,
clearly you never work on the farm.
No, this is textbook her behaving like she's micromanaging him, like she's done every single moment since she picked him up at the airport.
And it feels like she thinks she owns him.
Yes, that's what it feels like.
So gross about this.
I thought this was just an extension of her behavior before, and all of it feels similar to me. Mm-hmm. And this is just more egregious because you watched him working. She's done this ever since they got home, with the touching the baby feet, with this and that. This is just in a different place. He's actually doing work, so it brings it home to people. She was doing this every single minute.
No, yeah.
And it's interesting. This episode for people has been the watershed, where people who were defending her went, nope. And I agree. I don't know how much you can defend her anymore.
We don't even need to go. There's not a lot of beat points. Basically, he's shoveling shit, and she's just correcting him. And finally, he just tells her, and honestly, a very calm way. He tells her to shut the fuck up.
I loved it.
He never raised his voice.
No.
He never yelled at her. She, on the other hand, was like, oh my God. And like, I mean, honestly, Ari kind of did the same thing to Biniam as well. Stop yelling. You're yelling. Ari should
thank her lucky stars that she's on this season with Emily and Bilal.
She should.
She should pray.
Because it doesn't make her look as
to
bad.
their idols.
But we get Crazy Ari, y'all. She's Crazy Ari's back. We'll talk about her on part 2.
It kind of feels normal.
I was really bothered, but I think you were just, after all this, you're just kind of just numb. But yeah, it was
Which, you mean this?
No, Ari.
Oh no, I knew I was expecting it, so I was just watching with kind of like glee.
Again, y'all, this was like the princess of all the women. Just
It was
really,
princess episode.
It was almost again, except for Miona this episode, who acted. I thought like her conversation with Dacho was pretty. I agreed with everything she said, but even Shaeeda at this point, I think
we're gonna. I think we may have disagreements on that one.
But so he says, "Shut the fuck up," and Emily is like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you said that." Oh my god, and she's just walking on her fucking jacket with her Fame sweater underneath it, and walking back to the house, and Kobe, he's like, "Just let me do my work," and she's like, "That's fucked up. That's so rude. That's so rude."
Did you like him? She's giving him the Simon treatment. He's like, "Hey babe." She's like, "So hey babe, what do you mean? That's how they do things in Africa?" Again, y'all. Like Bilal did that to Shaeeda with Trinidad. You're othering people as soon as you say, that's not what I did things where I'm from.
It does though feel gross when a white person says to a black person.
I
that's
agree.
What they do in Africa. I was like, what the fuck? But before that, we just want to say that is where Lisa, it's like, I'm not going to say anything. And Kobe's kind of talking, and he said, "I don't want to fight in front of you." And she's just kind of staring at him, and he said, "I don't want to look like a jerk." And he said, "Maybe it's an American thing, and I just don't know how to handle a woman talking to me like that." And Lisa just says, "Well, I know Emily can be pushy and bossy, but my husband would never talk to me like that." And I went, "Fuck you. You're not beautiful to me anymore."
I think it's interesting, though, what the mom picked up on was not Emily's bossiness and everything like that.
Because she's used to it.
Because she's used to it.
All the time.
That's why I was surprised at that, but I understand why she did it, because what's the problem she had with it was he told her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He told her daughter to shut the fuck up. So obviously she had to relate it to a way that's about her relationship, so she didn't actually say, "Don't tell my daughter to do that," because that would have been crossing a line. But what I thought it was a very passive aggressive way to say, "You shouldn't have done that."
Boy.
But like the thing is,
if Emily doesn't have clarity watching this, Kobe, run.
I hope it's interesting. I think that is a secondary conversation, but I think it's important of what is she going to think, especially all the hate, which I'm sure she's getting online. She might not even be in, might have like just logged off and everything. But I don't know if it's going to make a difference with her. Maybe she'll get some clarity, but
that is where, Kobe then later he's talking to her, and basically he said, "I'm just trying to do work," and he even said, "How do you think that makes me feel?" And she went, "Ugh, because I was talking to you." I
was talking to you about your
she has
thing.
no empathy for him at all. Like
she can't even validate him.
Like, it almost feels like Bilal has more empathy at this point sometimes than Emily.
That's something.
And so...
Can I just say, this is a 180 for you.
We have 180s. I mean,
no, I just want to overstate.
Well, I felt like a lot of people, if I see a woman who's had a baby out of a relationship, they're raising a baby by themselves. I've had so many girlfriends that have gone through postpartum depression, that had their try to breastfeed. And their parents,
you don't have to defend it.
No,
I'm just saying.
No. I'm just saying, I think there's a lot of people like me out there.
Yeah.
That I think it's surprising to you, but there's a lot of people, because I know they've messaged me. We all wanted to root for like a single mom because we know how hard that can be. And so I think that's what well done to 90 Day Fiancé, because they knew when they cast her, probably a lot of people like me would give her the benefit of the doubts, because we wanted this to be successful. But then it's just now, week after week, it's like we keep getting shown who she really is. Mm-hmm. And I know some people like you saw it immediately, but I don't think a lot of people did. And for that reason, because we kind of put our own stuff of what we think about and wanting to empower women. But
I'm saying that has absolutely nothing to do with it. I'm seeing what I'm seeing.
I know,
not
but I'm
what
just,
I want to see.
But I'm saying it's what we put on that. So I know you said it doesn't have, but we do. We transfer our own feelings about our own experiences with that on her.
I guess I'm trying to be super empirical when I'm watching these people. I'm trying not to put my own stuff.
Yeah, but
on
we
it.
all have our personal
we all do
triggers.
it.
Like we still, who was it? We still don't know why she bothers you so much. But I forgot who was it. Like Stephanie, we still don't know why. Like you hate Stephanie, and you've said I
The
don't know
whole
why.
90-day universe does.
I know, but you like go. You
know why?
cannot stand
No,
her.
I can tell you, she is the ultimate fake.
She's selling breast sweat. Good for her.
And I, you know why it bothers me even more? She's such a good actress that she can make people believe she's authentic
oh
about
yeah,
it.
she's great. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch her on 90 Day Fiancé anymore.
That's why she bugs
She
the
should
shit
be
out
on
of
a
me.
regular like show.
Yeah, that's why she bugs the shit out of me, because she can actually make people believe you're drinking, your water's falling all over your face.
I can feel it. It's fine.
But no, it's interesting though, because for me it was the you're not seeing your baby yet until I get you, and I was like, okay, that's how things are.
Yeah. See, and a lot of
It's
people
all her world.
relate to that she was, maybe she just needed a break. It was hard, but maybe she just needed her because so
But
many
that's
people
not
are
thinking about him at all.
I know, but I think I'm just seeing that, maybe it's different too, just because of being I saw my mom be a single mom. So I'm just saying we put those things on it.
Yeah.
But I think no one is, like I said, I don't think anybody is rooting for her now.
No.
Not, and it's, again, it was really gross when she, like, basically, again, y'all, she's like, he needs to, again, I keep bringing it up because it just feels so tinged with race and inappropriate, where she's like, he needs to be a respectful husband and show his son how a man treats a woman. And he's like, well, I'm sorry for that.
What part about that was tinged with race?
This using the word
Respect.
telling black people they should be respectful
Oh,
is very
I thought-
problematic
okay,
terminology.
I thought that was about the son, teaching the son to respect women.
But she was saying though that because that Kobe needed to be respectful
To her.
to her. Well, that like cringes me out.
I can see how she would completely push back on that for you.
Come at me, Emily.
But no, I understand how you can see it, but
I'm just saying to someone that is in an interracial relationship, I would never tell my.
no, I agree.
Never say that.
I agree. I'm just saying that didn't bother me as much as other things she said.
It kind of not as no. What bothered me way more is when he said, "I'm sorry."
He had to apologize.
I'm sorry for saying
Yeah.
that. For saying what?
Yeah,
And
when
then
she made him
it.
say it. She's trash, y'all.
She's pretty bad. And
Yeah.
they're gonna have another fucking baby, I bet. Because remember, we keep forgetting they're showing us she's probably gonna be pregnant again.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to
Kobe, go back to Cameroon and play pickleball with your friends. Handball, and drink the beer you like, and fuck this bitch.
I feel really sorry for him. His tragic flaw is being dreamy enough to think that woman actually loved him.
Well, again, I think it goes back. We do things. We're always trying to heal our whatever in new relationships. I think a lot of times, unless we work it out on ourselves, we're just going to be healing childhood trauma shit. And Kobe is totally, he said he didn't have a relationship with his father. Yep. And so this is his way to heal that. He just doesn't realize he's in a relationship with
a selfish monster.
Yes, basically.
Yep. I'm telling you, y'all, she's done nothing up to this point but be completely 100% self-involved.
Yeah.
And
Best
she has shown him every single moment that he will choose her needs, not just her needs, but her needs, and she is using her child's needs that also by proxy are her needs.
Yeah.
It is, even in the beginning, before we even met him, there was this idea of we're gonna go, and it was I love black guys, and I always have it.
Yeah.
It's always been about me. Blah 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 blah. These were red flags that were glaring.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's like I don't think she sees him as a fully fledged human.
Never.
It feels like she just sees him as her like
A black dick.
Yes, like her sex thing. She can control and do whatever she wants with.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sorry, but that's
how it feels. Yeah, it's gross. Anyway,
all right. We're
That's
gonna
all right.
move on.
who are we talking about next? Oh, Bilal and Shaeeda.
Yes.
Right.
Action.
All right, let's.
We're back. We're back after doing
We had to do
a
our
YouTube live.
Yeah.
For our Patreon members. If you want to be live with us, join our $15 Patreon. We're live with you once a month.
And
I told a story about going to my ex's wedding.
I actually posted.
this last night.
Yeah, here's the deal, y'all.
It was eventful.
Sometimes we say some shit, or sometimes people will comment and we'll respond to it in our YouTube live. If it's not horrible, I'll post the video on the $15 tier of Patreon. If you don't see the video, that means it was a one night only type of thing. But I think
One night only.
I think this video I will post on the $15 tier.
You can get the what happened when I played piano at my ex's wedding. Not to me.
Not to Boodle.
I was not married last night.
He was not.
For the fourth time.
Wow. It was.
Yeah, I'm not getting married because it's not an emergency hospital wedding.
Well, he was under the age of 50.
Exactly.
Or 60, let's
with
be
a
honest.
freshly signed DNR.
Yeah.
And the family banging on the door. That all says matrimony to me.
You're never going to date someone over 65 unless they're a pilot, and so their plane will mysteriously go down.
Ooh, that's a good way to die.
That's a good way for Poodle to get his comeuppance.
Although brake lines do fail very easily these days, I hear.
This hopefully won't be evidence at all.
Let's talk about Bilal and Shaeeda. Speaking of brake lines that need to fail, Bilal's.
Yes,
God.
I'm going to come for Shaeeda a little bit. I want people to remember when I come for Shaeeda, it's not, if I come for Shaeeda, it doesn't mean I'm defending Bilal. It just means I'm just pointing out stuff I feel like I'm noticing in Shaeeda.
I understand what you're saying. I just have a hard time looking past anything that is his fucking crazy ass.
Oh, he's crazy. They start off where she sits down and she says, I like the first part where she basically said she's not going to Juma today.
And he's like, wait, are you going in that? She's like, I know you like to rock your sweatpants, but again, just dripping with judgment. She says, I'm not going to Juma. And she's like, well, we talked about this. She's like, no. Don't you lecture me. And I'm like, good. For you, Shaeeda.
This is where I was like, fuck.
Yes, daddy, no, daddy.
Yeah, she said...
Because she doesn't have to go because
she said,
men
where I'm
always
from,
have to go.
Well, she said, where I'm from, too, it's not compulsory for
women to go.
And so she said, I'm just feeling a little hormonal, quite honest. I think she's just saying that.
Of course she is.
She's still pissed because the last time he went, he fucking wouldn't talk to her the whole time. So why would she want to go?
And he didn't even introduce her around.
No. Why would she want to go to that?
I think we should go because it's important for us to learn about our religion. She's like, there you go again.
And he says, the number one reason I was attracted to Shaeeda was because of her faith.
Isn't this awful?
That's bullshit. Look at her.
She's a fine piece of ass.
But that is why he was attracted to her. She's fucking hot. I see her Instagram. Yeah, she's covered, but it's still sexy. Poodle, you should take a note. You don't have to show your body to still be sexy.
But it helps. I need to say this, though. I still, every time I watch their segments, I watch it with a pit in my stomach. Like, I'm just waiting for him to, like, read a news story that he's kept her in a basement.
Yeah,
it makes me sick.
No, he's a monster. Like he's gross, and just
she
so
says,
controlling.
I'm not going to Juma. Full stop. Which I loved.
I loved
her
when
saying.
she said that.
And you know what? He says, he counters and says, and says, well, maybe I just decide that I'm not going to shower for 3 days. You don't get this. Do I not smell good?
This aroma.
And she goes, she kind of plays it off. But y'all, when you're with someone who, when you try to establish a boundary and they try to take down another boundary of yours, run.
Well, and that's what this
is sick.
It's sick. And this is all because then Shaeeda does, he notices there's like a pin in the couch.
This was nuts.
See, now, this is where I don't think, if you put pins in your hair, I don't think you need to go around sticking pins in furniture.
I think it's fine.
I don't.
Look, do you think, it's not like she's like ripping things across the couch.
No, I'm just saying that someone sits there, you put your hand, like, it could prick your skin. What's wrong with just having
you don't understand what's happening. She's putting her pin in the couch.
No, I do understand what's happening. And I understand if you go to sit down and you're not paying attention, you put your hand and then this pin fucking stabs you in the arm.
The pin is
but
in.
still the other side could, like, it's metal.
No, it's stuck in the couch.
But I'm saying it could come out the other side.
You're fucking crazy about this. No, I disagree.
I don't think there's anything unreasonable of saying, can you just not stick your pins in furniture? Now,
I just think I agree, but like it was one time, and she's like, maybe just let me have this because I've been here 2 weeks. But it was the way he gave it to her and said, you can't do this.
I think that,
he said it was an expensive couch.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he has to like inflate himself and all that, but and it kind of goes back to,
why don't pin cushions fall apart then?
But pin cushions are meant for pins.
I think that couch is more resilient than people put pins in stuff all the time.
I think the resilient thing is, but I'm just saying I don't want to sit down and accidentally poke myself.
You're
with something.
not going to. You keep saying that. The pins
but there's the
all
other
the way
side
in.
of the pin, or pins could fall out, and then you could step on them. They don't.
Okay, we're not going to agree on this, so we're going to have to move on.
I'm just saying, if it was the other way around, if you had a fabric couch and you had a pin in it, and I put a pin in it, you would go ballistic.
Well, because you treat my shit terrible. Yeah.
Point made.
I would just say, can you not do that?
Yes. The way he talks to her is shitty. I'm not, but I'm just kind of like, it's kind of like the water thing. I think Bilal is totally right about the water thing.
No, okay, he freaked the fuck out.
He freaked out, but I don't know. I think.
Who are you?
I think Shaeeda is a bit of a princess.
Yeah.
And is used to just having.
You're slightly OCD too about things.
I don't like water on the floor because people fall when there's water on a floor.
He said.
And also, water will ruin a wood floor.
This is the thing. No one's walking around with an untreated wood floor. Full stop.
Still though, with wood floors, you don't want to leave your floor, but eventually on a wood floor, water can seep in.
But you're going to clean it up like after that. It's going to take hours and hours on a treated wood floor to do anything.
That's true, but still, I wouldn't leave water everywhere.
You're a Bilal defender.
I think there's nothing wrong with asking someone to clean up water.
But it was all in the way he did it.
But it's the way he says it. It's the way he says it and like shames her but I do think, what was it that where she said, and then another, I think she's very messy, but I also feel like she's
not very messy. She may be medium messy.
I think she also, though, I think that she's just used to doing things I've said this before. I think they're a bad combination because she says, I don't want him to treat me like he's my daddy. However, I think she's immature. And so therefore
I can
slide into that role because like when he says things like he's going through the dishes and he's like, these are dirty. And she's like, I'm just not good at washing dishes. You know that. And it's like a teenager.
Isn't there a dishwasher?
Yeah. That's where I was confused by that. I'm like, you can't just put them in a dishwasher.
This is why I called for audacity on lot of this.
That was the end of it. It felt for audacity.
Didn't feel real.
To me. Yeah, it didn't feel real.
But I just
it would though too. It didn't feel real in that. I think I'm going to say this, and I will take a stance on this. Someone who just throws cutlery in a drawer without any organization.
I agree.
Is a maniac.
I agree. They need to.
That's where I was like, you're a spoiled princess.
I don't know if she's putting the big spoons with the little spoons.
Yes, she is.
I would Bilal her too.
That is. I'm like,
who does that?
That's just.
I don't know how things are done in Trinidad, Shaeeda. But you need to put the big spoons with the big spoons and the little spoons
in Cameroon.
And the little spoons with the little spoons.
So it's the thing she bought.
No,
but
that was when I had a problem.
The way he fucking parent talked to her about everything, he almost reminds me of he talks to her at least my experience of it is like a shameful preacher.
Yes.
A preacher who's just shaming you.
Son, you know we don't put the spoons with the forks. The good book says you put the little spoons with the little spoons, and thou shalt put the salad forks with the salad forks, and neither the twain shall meet. That's what we read about in the Quran. It does feel like it.
Sorry, that made me laugh. My face is red, isn't it?
It is.
I blushed.
But I want to reiterate about this water thing.
That's a danger. That's a hazard.
It's a danger, but y'all, on a treated floor, you've got several hours.
Yes,
yeah. But he acted
that's like
his floors were unfinished wood and they would buckle.
But our parents would say that when we were kids. Like so I bring that he's
your
acting like
parents.
A dad. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, the parents. But there was water all over I'm like, you can't just fucking wipe up the water on the countertop.
I also want to say something else. Sadly, I don't think this couple is very interesting after what we've seen the first couple of things.
Sadly.
I think they're using every moment to show us about how awful things are, and this is why they're going to be together.
They're together.
And before we end today, I had a thought. There are only two couples that I'm on the fence about. Everybody else is a sure deal.
Most people are a sure deal.
Who are yours that aren't?
Even Mohamed.
That's number one for me.
And I don't think I have. I think all the other ones will happen. Who do you think?
Thaís and Patrick for me. And we're going to talk about that why in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to I may ruffle some feathers here.
Well, that's okay.
That's my job.
Feather
ruffler in chief.
I just came for Shaeeda, so that's what we do. All right, everybody.
I think you're right. You did it because you have some tendencies that are like that.
Yes, but I mean, yes, I could be. But
y'all, you didn't live with her.
You're also way messier than I am.
I am messier.
You're not clean. You're not gross, but you're not tidy. You don't tidy things.
No.
Poodle will.
Can you? Okay,
no,
sure.
but I'm saying like we're very.
Don't you love being told you're not clean on a podcast?
No, you're clean. You're clean. You'll just like you'll put stuff on a countertop. You know what it is? It's like I put things on a table in piles. Poodle will have things spread out because he wants to see it all. Because we just have different ways of thinking.
Don't gay-splain me. That's the show, y'all.
No, you're tight except for your bed. I don't want to put a black light in there.
No, you shouldn't. Agree. I wouldn't allow it.
But I am a little bit OCD. I will say
you are
full-on anxiety seeing that water on the countertop just sitting there.
No, you are about that kind of stuff.
It's not what you do, y'all. Not what you do.
Why don't you just end the show?
I'm glad you just looked at me with, I'm done. Let's just do this.
I'm done.
Y'all come see us live. Summer should be fun.
Big show in San Diego.
Gonna be a good
time. Get your tickets now.
Thank you for turning on the air. It's much cooler. It feels nicer in here.
All
right.
It just clicked on.
We're going to jump into do our part 2. But y'all, remember, our website's fixed now. So you can go to all the reality gay stuff there. Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of shit. And remember, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrongest of places?
Yes. And when you're sitting over there in your space helmet and your full space suit thinking, I got a degree in comparative literature for this. Wow. Call us. Y'all, Complit is not a good. It's hard getting a job out there. I'm going to tell you that now.